Hello, everybody. This is topic lesson 91. Let me make sure it's 91. Yep, it is 91. Okay. It is topic, I have the video playing, but then I have my book open behind it, so I can't see what it says, but it's topic 91. Is everyone addicted to something? And by this, I mean, it's very difficult to find a person who doesn't have a something they're addicted to. I know. For example, in alcoholism, AA, a lot of the people get out of alcoholism by adopting Jesus, and they've switched one addiction for the other. I'm not saying Jesus is a bad addiction or it's addiction, but and I know people that have never grown. My grandmother used to say, people that don't grow up in a mainstream religion adopt a cult. And she'd seen that happen a few times where people were not trained to be a Catholic or a Baptist or whatever, and these kids would go out and they join some cult of something. And there's a saying that a statheist, a person that as a communist, a socialist, is the religion of the atheist who has not adopted. They've traded a all-knowing, all-powerful, authoritarian figure of a god. Now that's the state. It's funny. I know people that are addicted to working out. They have to go to the gym every day, and if they don't, they actually have withdrawals. Does everyone have a religion? Does everyone have something they are addicted to? And I'm using the word addiction and religion almost the same way. And I just mean something that is your overall defined purpose in life. Does anyone not have one of those? Because nature abhors a vacuum. Nature will not have, there's no such thing as a vacuum in nature. Something will always fill it. We'll go from the gradient of the higher to the lower. There will never be an absolute cold, absolute still, absolute silence. Something will leak in there and fill the void. There will not be a void. There will not be a vacuum. And I wonder if you've ever seen an example, and I've heard people express this in many years in different ways. You have to have a religion, or you'll become a Satanist, or you'll have to have if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's almost like nobody can have an empty spot in their soul, spirit, psyche, whatever you call it, whatever you want to define that as, or picture it as, model it as, that no one can have an empty spot inside them, because it will be filled with something. And I've said to my children, get a good habit, because you're going to get a habit. If you're not in the habit of getting up and reading and exercising, and you're going to get a habit of sleeping late and laying on the couch and eating junk food. So this being known, and if anyone can find an example where someone is just empty with no religion, no addiction, no nothing, I'd like to know about it. You can put in the comments or tell me. But I would like to see that, because I think, and if it's not true 100% of the time, it's true 99% of the time. Everyone has something they're addicted to. Someone they're addicted to, something they're addicted to, some philosophy. It's their overreaching thing. And so being aware of that, the best thing is to fill yourself with something good. I've heard people say, well, if God is dead, and when you strip religion from human beings, you just open up all kinds of terrible things that they can do. They need something. I've heard people say even they didn't think Christianity was the best thing, but it's certainly better than the other garbage that would come along behind it if that wasn't there and filled up. And then I've heard people say, it's the greatest thing and the salvation of the world. But in that, there is no person empty. Everyone's filled with something: love, hate, greed, envy, strife, ambition, pride, integrity, whatever it is. So since that's the case, and an empty mind is the devil's playground, idle hands are the devil's workshop, since this is true, you should probably fill yourself full of productive, good things that you want to be there, because it's not so much a choice of Nothing. You have to, there has to be something in you that occupies your mind, occupies your hands, occupies your desire. And we see this today. You know, there's a lot of empty people, and they worship Hollywood. Oh, what is this star doing, or what is this athlete doing, or what's going on here? They have to fill themselves with something of maximum importance. So it's just a lesson. Is everyone addicted to something? And if that's the case, then you better be addicted to something good. Or does everyone have some religion? And if that's the case, you better pick out a good one. You better pick out some good moral ground. You know, doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist or whatever. You better have something good in you that you stand for, and fill yourself with something that you're addicted to that's good, that you're giving your life to, even if it's, you know, I don't, you know, whatever it might be, but just, you know, truth or a lie, or mean or nice, or, you know, any of those things. Fill yourself. So if everyone is addicted to something, make sure you're addicted to something good. Make sure you've devoted your energy and time and devotion to something worthwhile. Because you're apparently, nobody isn't addicted to something. Nobody is not fulfilled. Nobody, there doesn't seem to be, everyone has a God apparently. And I think that's a good analogy, because addiction means something has more power over you than you, and a God would have more power over you than you. So those are not bad analogies. Everyone's addicted to something. Be addicted to something good. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks.